The episode opens on a muggy Miami dawn as Dorothy, Blanche, Rose, and Sophia hurry into the Greyhound Depot, Cheesecake carrier in tow, determined to catch separate buses for long-planned Mother's Day visits. Metal benches feel like refrigerated waffle irons. Overhead fluorescents flicker, bathing everything in migraine light. Dorothy grouses about bureaucratic inefficiency while scanning departure boards. Blanche fusses with the orchid corsage wilting against her chiffon, and Rose hums a jaunty Minnesota lullaby to muffle rising panic. Sophia alone seems unbothered. She taps her cane, declaring fate probably has other plans. Moments later, an announcement booms. Drivers have gone on strike. All departures canceled. Collective groans ricochet across the terminal. Dorothy crushes her ticket in one fist. Blanche calculates how many hours humidity will take to frizz her perm. Rose tries deep breathing like a St. Olaf childbirth class. And Sophia smirks, claiming destiny wants them to unpack memory boxes instead of suitcases. Stranded with nothing but time, cheesecake, and each other, they reluctantly agree to share the Mother's Day stories that shaped them. Some sweet, some sticky, none Hallmark approved. Sophia starts, her voice slipping into the warm gravel of nostalgia. She carries everyone to 1957 Brooklyn and a cramped apartment smelling of frying garlic. It's Mother's Day dawn, and teenage Phil surprises her with breakfast. Burnt French toast stacked like charred playing cards, garnished with a gaudy bouquet picked from a cemetery dumpster. When Phil hugs her, the papier-mâché bust he's crafted in her likeness crumbles, raining flour paste on her hairnet. Fury erupts. Sophia shrieks in Italian, but Sal breaks tension by reminding her imperfect gestures often hide perfect love. Ashamed, she spends the afternoon patching the bust with shoe polish, turning it into a lopsided family heirloom that forever sits on their mantel. Back in the depot, Sophia laughs at the memory of paste in her curls. Admitting Phil's hug warms her even decades later. Dorothy, eyes shining despite fluorescent glare, squeezes her mother's hand, realizing she inherited that ability to spin calamity into comedy. Blanche fans herself, murmuring that a man who'll brave dumpster bouquets for Mama is worth 10 who send roses by courier. Dorothy's turn transports them to 1971 Queens in Stan's wounded maroon Plymouth, baby Michael fussing in the back seat. Stan has promised a fancy Mother's Day buffet, but forgets the discount coupons at home. At the register, he turns pockets inside out like tragic curtains. Humiliated, Dorothy foots the bill, then calmly converts disaster into fun, cracking lactose jokes while rescuing Stan's ego. Later, as she nurses maple syrup fatigue, she realizes Sophia's crisis-diffusing charisma now pulses in her own veins. Back at the depot, Dorothy confesses that Stan's blunders trained her resilience more than any textbook. Sophia raises an eyebrow, remarking that raising a child is like raising dough. A few punches and it finally rises. Blanche applauds Dorothy's candor, declaring teachers who spin malfunctioning coupons into life lessons deserve tenure and tiaras. Rose nods, quietly awed at the idea that motherhood sometimes hides inside disaster, camouflaged but potent. Blanche closes her eyes, and we're in 1960 Atlanta. Mint julep humidity clinging to debutante gloves. Teen daughter Janet refuses the sacred mother-daughter cotillion, trading a silk gown for NAACP flyers. Blanche's world teeters. Tradition is her currency. They quarrel until dawn, tears staining lace. Yet, come morning, Janet appears wearing the gown, now stitched with equality slogans in hot pink thread. Shock melts to awed pride. Blanche recognizes that a true Southern belle can evolve without losing shine. At the station, Blanche shares how that patched dress remains her most cherished wardrobe piece, stored in cedar and memory. Sophia quips that magnolias smell sweeter, replacing pearl chokers with protest banners. Dorothy praises Blanche's ability to applaud, not punish, her child's courage. Rose blurts she once tried embroidering lutefisk recipes on a prom dress. Laughter ricochets, cooling the air more than malfunctioning ceiling fans ever could. Rose unfolds a hand-stitched doily, edges browned with age, the rescued collar from her adoptive mother Lily's wedding gown. Flashback to 1945 St. Olaf. Snow carpets. The orphanage parking lot where Lily volunteers. 9-year-old Rose meets toddler Kirsten and begs Lily to adopt her despite family finances. That night, Lily secretly sells her heirloom gown, funding legal fees. On their first Mother's Day as a trio, Lily gifts Rose the gown's lace collar, a symbol of sacrifice braided into love's fabric. In the terminal, Rose's voice trembles, explaining how that doily taught her optimism. If lace can be reborn as belonging, any hardship can transform into hope. Dorothy wipes her eyes. Blanche dabs corsage dew. Sophia crosses herself, whispering that no saint ever gave up a relic more holy. The collar gleams under harsh fluorescent tubes, glowing like chainmail against despair. A final intercom crackles. Strike resolved. Buses boarding. Yet the four exchange silent agreement, deciding to stay. They set Cheesecake on a luggage cart, passing slices to weary strangers, turning the depot into an impromptu fellowship hall. Each phones the mother or child who spurred her flashback, sending love across state lines faster than any bus could roll. A janitor snaps a Polaroid of their cheesecake communion. They tape it to the cake carrier. Portable proof that family is a verb, not a location. That night in their kitchen, the Polaroid finds permanent home on the refrigerator door. Sophia labels it motherhood, traveling without moving. Forks clink over leftover slices, and lanai breezes carry fresh jasmine inside. They toast burnt toast, coupon chaos, protest gowns, and lace collars. 4 stories, 1 quilt. The camera lingers on their joined hands, then pulls back. The bungalow glowing warmer than any depot ever could, because love caught its bus after all and arrived exactly where it was already living.